Welcome to Top 10 Lists. These are the top 10 thrilling moments in the new Netflix hit The Night Agent, truly a must-watch series. The Night Agent is the new top series on Netflix right now. This series is a bingeable spy thriller. The series stars Gabriel Basso and Lucianne Buchanan as Peter Sutherland and Rose Larkin. Peter works the night agent phone and receives a distress call from Rose. The plot contains two lethal killers, a subway bombing, a mole within the White House, and a newbie FBI agent who's in over his head. These are the top 10 most thrilling moments of the series. The first time we meet Rose Larkin, she's with her aunt and uncle. After a heartfelt moment, the series dives right into action. Rose overhears her aunt and uncle talking in the middle of the night, where she finds out her aunt and uncle aren't who she thought they were. Rose has to run for her life in this scene and is told by her aunt to call a certain number. Peter picks up the night agent line and tries to help Rose survive the night. Clearly, Rose is terrified now that one of the killers who killed her aunt and uncle has come after her, but Peter tries to keep her calm.
Just stay quiet. Stay still.
Rose is convinced the killer will find her and kill her just like her aunt and uncle. In this thrilling moment in the series, viewers can feel the fear in Rose bursting through the screen. The tension is built by the killer rumbling through the house, and it really works. Throughout The Night Agent, the assassins Dale and Ellen killed numerous people. This included an innocent woman in the home where Maddie had hidden a stuffed animal with a secret recording. However, there was no mention of the woman after her death, much less the connection between the house, the woman, and Maddie.
I spent my 11th.
Denise's death was truly one of the saddest scenes in the series. Know that she didn't even know about anything that had happened around her. Denise was an innocent civilian in this situation.
Oh. This will go faster then.
When Rose suspects that Diane Farr is the mole within the White House, Peter sets up a trap. Peter only tells Farr where they are, so if the killers show up they know that Farr is a traitor. Peter and Rose sleep outside all night just in case they were betrayed. Just when they're about to leave and viewers think everything is alright and Farr is to be trusted, a woman shows up. Of course, the viewer immediately knows that it's the killers. Fortunately, Peter was smart and hid instead of staying in the house. It's like these killers have a sixth sense, so they go into the woods to look for Peter and Rose. And to make it more exciting, Rose and Peter had only just left and are only yards away from the killers. A classic moment arises where Rose, of course, kicks a rock down the hill. It seems like all the stars align for them, though, because a group of crows fly away from the same area at the same time. Of course, the killers immediately don't check the area anymore and they move the other way. At first, Lorna was weary to let them in. But when she found out Rose was Emma and Henry's niece, she let the two of them in. It was later revealed that Lorna was helping the Campbells gather some information about building blueprints. She knew they were secret agents. However, she did not know what exactly the Campbells found out before their death. Lorna offered to help both Peter and Rose understand the building schematics. The three of them headed to a cafe which was in one of the blueprints the Campbells were investigating. There, Lorna explained how the Campbells seemed to be looking into power grids and gas stations. When Peter returned, he noticed that the metro goes underneath the cafe. He then had a theory that the metro was supposed to blow up elsewhere, but ended up blowing in the tunnel because he stopped the metro. Lorna then explained that the bomb would have blown up 2 blocks if it exploded at a nearby gas station. By nighttime, Peter and the police broke into the house. Dale and Ellen stayed in, but they were no longer there. Unfortunately,
Change of heart. Let's go through the motions.
Paolo, the art teacher, is Maddie's love interest in the series. But Paolo wasn't sincere with Maddie. Maddie Redfield made a move to start a relationship with her teacher. But it turned out that the Metro bomber from the previous year had planned everything from the beginning to lure Maddie into his trap. The bomber, who was also the roommate of the art teacher, showed up and killed the teacher, and carried Maddie away to take her hostage at a more covert location.
Force her, she'll say what we need her to say.
I need some.
Poor Maddie, now with a dead love interest and getting kidnapped, will probably never trust a man again. Peter goes to tell Far everything he found out. But Far then says that she knows Rose is with a deputy. Because of that tiny mistake, Peter knows that Far is in on the whole thing and goes to warn Rose.
Peter?
Far's in on it.
But now that Far knows what Peter knows, she wants to get rid of him. Peter has to flee, and so does Rose.
Know what?
Out you and Redfield about the Metro bombing.
That's a problem.
In a blast from the past, we get to see that Redfield isn't the loving father he makes himself out to be. He blames Maddie for the death of his other daughter Sarah and was not afraid to let little Maddie know. This moment is not so much thrilling, but it is chilling that a father could treat his little daughter like that. This way Redfield shows his true colors.
Gone forever. And you were supposed to be watching.
In this scene, Maddie is escaping. Maddie is a smart girl, so she figured she could use the lamp to free herself from the shackles. A chaotic pursuit ensues. The night agent revealed that Vice President Redfield was the mastermind behind the Metro bombings. He planned to bomb an entire train and kill all the passengers, including Zodar. He did this because he didn't want the US government to align with Zodar, but it's an extreme plan. Redfield thought Zodar was a tyrant, but since the vice president was willing to kill hundreds of citizens to ensure his government didn't work with Zodar, Redfield wasn't protecting anyone like he thought he was.
I want out.
What do you mean?
I mean, what if I...
It's clear from Redfield's backstory that he's an awful person, so fans knew that he could think up such a heinous act for personal gain. And as such, Redfield was even willing to give up his own daughter, because she threatened to expose him if he didn't let her go. At this point in the series, it's clear that Redfield hasn't got any love in him and he's just evil. It was in the 10th episode of the series that we got proof of how self-centered Vice President Redfield was. He and Gordon Wick had planted a bomb at Camp David, where the president was supposed to meet Omar Zodar. Redfield had already gone inside the safety bunker present in Camp David, and he had taken Maddie with him. Redfield wanted to believe that he was a good father and that he was looking out for the well-being of his daughter, but the moment she asked him to release her if he didn't want her to tell the media everything he had done, he conveniently let her go outside the bunker. Redfield was more concerned about saving himself, even when he knew that if Maddie went out, she would live within the blast radius. Redfield, in his own eyes, was a true patriot who wanted to save his nation from the wrath of an extremist who had been the mastermind behind various terrorist attacks.
Maddie.
Even if we ignore the fact that he went against his president's wishes for a moment, how can we accept him endangering the lives of hundreds of people on the train? He didn't care how many people died as long as he achieved his political goal, which in fact made him not only a traitor but also a ruthless dictator not worthy of leading a democracy. In his second attempt to kill Omar Zodar, his political ambitions and greed had a huge role to play in the scheme of things. He knew that if the president died, he would have to carry out her duties, and imagining himself as the most powerful person in the United States of America allured him so much that he couldn't see the ramifications of his actions and how wrong they were moral. Ashley Redfield committed treason, and we will most likely see him face the consequences of his actions in the second season of the show, assuming the showrunners decide to have one.
Want to say hi?
So if you haven't seen The Night Agent, I would really recommend watching this series. Thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe. Thanks for watching.